One individual volunteers, 10 people volunteer, then millions of people will volunteer. The monastery will be built very quickly. This is very beneficial. Cultivating in thought after thought means to never forget cultivation. Instead of thinking about creating karma in thought after thought, cultivate purity in thought after thought. Those people will naturally become irreversible from the unsurpassed way. Quite naturally, they will never renounce the unsurpassed fruition of Bodhi. Sutra. After he finished speaking, a Bodhisattva named Empty Space Treasury, who was in the assembly, addressed the Buddha. Won't or not one, I personally have come to the Trayastrimsha Heaven and have heard the first common praise Earth Star Bodhisattva's awesome spiritual strength, describing it as inconceivable. If in the future good men, good women, gods and dragons hear this sutra and the name of Earth Star Bodhisattva, and if they behold and bow to his image, how many kinds of blessings and benefits will they obtain? Please, one or not one, say a few words about this for the sake of beings of the present and future. Commentary. After he finished speaking, a Bodhisattva in the great Trayastrimsha assembly named Empty Space Treasury, who was in the assembly. Empty Space Treasury wears a treasury on his head. This wish-fulfilling pearl grants him anything he wants, since it is on his head. This is why he is called Empty Space Treasury. Do you recognize him? That Bodhisattva who wears on his head a precious pearl that makes wishes come true is the Empty Space Treasury Bodhisattva. His valuables are in empty space, or empty space contains his treasury. I believe you will never be poor if you know this Bodhisattva. Why? This Bodhisattva will give the valuables in his empty space treasury to you. You will never deplete it throughout lives to come. He addressed the Buddha. Won't or not one, I personally have come to the Trayastrimsha Heaven. He said, from my land, I passed 8 zillion lands to arrive here at this Dharma assembly of the Trayastrimsha Heaven. And I have heard the first common praise of Star Bodhisattva's awesome spiritual strength, the might and power of his awesome virtue and spiritual penetrations, describing it as inconceivable, unthinkable, ineffable, and unheard of. If in the future good men, good women, gods and dragons and others of the Eightfold Pantheon hear this sutra on Earth Star and the name of Earth Star Bodhisattva, and if they behold and bow to his image, how many kinds of blessings and benefits will they obtain? How much advantage will they gain? Please, won't or not one, say a few words about this for the sake of beings of the present and future. Now I only hope you, won't or not one, will describe this briefly for all of us beings in the present and future. Sutra. The Buddha told Empty Space Treasury Bodhisattva, listen attentively, listen attentively. I shall enumerate them and describe them to you. Good men or women in the future may see images of a Star Bodhisattva and hear this sutra or read or recite it. They may use incense, flowers, food and drink, clothing and gems to give gifts and make offerings to him. They may praise, behold, and bow to him. Such beings will benefit in 28 ways. Commentary. The Buddha Shakyamuni told the Empty Space Bodhisattva, listen attentively, listen attentively. This means for you to pay special attention. I will tell you now. If you do not pay attention and listen, then I will not speak. What good will it do if I talk and you do not listen? Similarly, as I lecture the sutra for you now, you must also listen attentively. If you keep on sleeping instead of listening, then you do not hear what I say, rendering what I say to be unspoken essentially. My first request then is to stop sleeping and being drowsy. I shall enumerate them and describe them to you one at a time. Good men or women, or men and women who do good deeds in the future may see images of us Bodhisattva and hear this sutra, or read or recite it. Seeing an image of a star is an expression of sincerity with the eye sense faculty. Hearing the Star Sutra is an expression of sincerity with the ear sense faculty. Reciting is an expression of sincerity with the tongue sense faculty. Offerings of incense and flowers are expressions of sincerity with the nose sense faculty. And food and drink expressions of sincerity with the tongue sense faculty. Clothing and gems are expressions of sincerity with the body sense faculty. To give gifts and make offerings to him, to praise, behold, and bow to him, using eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and body are expressions of sincerity with the mind sense faculty. Due to the earnest expressed by the six faculties of such beings, they will benefit in 28 ways. What are these 28 different advantages? First, they will be protected by gods and dragons. Second, their gurus will increase daily. Third, they will amass supreme courses pertaining to statehood. Fourth, they will not retreat from body. Fifth, their clothing and food will be abundant. Sixth, they will never succumb to epidemics. Seventh, they will escape calamities involving fire and water. Eighth, they will never be threatened by thieves. Ninth, they will be respected by all who see them. Tenth, they will be aided by ghosts and spirits. Commentary. First, they will be protected by gods and dragons. Gods, celestial dragons, and celestial asuras will protect you because you know how to recite the Star Sutra. Asuras in the heavens enjoy blessings but no authority. They swear to protect you. Gandharvas are music spirits before the Jade Emperor. They are also called sniffing spirits. Whenever the Jade Emperor lights up a particular incense, Gandharvas come. There are male Gandharvas and female Gandharvas. Male Gandharvas wear a horn similar to chimaras on their heads. Once they get a whiff of his scent, they will dance and sing so the celestial music rings in the heavens. Recite a Star Sutra and Gandharvas will sing praises as they dance on air. Garudas are great palm birds with golden wings. Kinnaras are music spirits too. Maharagas are giant pythons. All of them protect someone who recites the Star Sutra or bow to a Star Bodhisattva. Second, their gurus will increase daily. Sometimes cultivators are extremely bold as they set their resolve on body, consequently doing a lot of merit. Sometimes they turn around and withdraw. They retreat because they feel that they do not experience any responses despite all the merit they do for Buddhism. Good results increase daily means that they do not retreat. Instead, they grow by the day. They develop blessings and wisdom, do good and virtuous deeds, achieve merit, and always move forward vigorously in Buddhism. Why? It is because you recite a Star Bodhisattva's name, recite the fundamental vows of a Star Bodhisattva, for a Star Bodhisattva Sutra, or pay respects to a Star Bodhisattva that you experience the response of growing good effects on a daily basis. Third, they will amass supreme causes pertaining to sagehood. This means they do various jobs in Buddhism, such as printing sutras and building temples. Repairing bridges and paving roads are about amassing supreme causes pertaining to sagehood too. Making sutras, turning the great Dharma wheel, and doing all these good deeds are about cultivating the path to Bodhi and amassing supreme causes pertaining to sagehood. Fourth, they will not retreat from Bodhi. Sometimes they are vigilant, and sometimes we are lax in our cultivation. Vigilant, we are quite bold with everything. Lax, we feel that we are not getting any response from any work we do, so we retreat. Recite a Star Sutra, recite a Star Bodhisattva's name, and bow and make offerings to a Star Bodhisattva. We do not renounce our resolve for Bodhi. Our wish for enlightenment moves ahead and grows on a daily basis, never retreat. Fifth, their clothing and food will be abundant. We are not short of clothes or food. People work their entire lives for those 3 meals a day. They work hard out of fear of dying because of starvation or cold. They are always looking for more money. When we did not have any money, we want $10,000. When we get our wish and earn $10,000, we find that lacking. We tell ourselves if we had $100,000, we will retire. But when we make that $100,000, we remember that our kids have to go to school. We do not have enough money. We want to buy a car, so there is not enough money. We want to buy a cruise boat, so there is not enough money still. Thinking even bigger, we may want an airplane. $100,000 does not do any good. We look for money. When we find that $1 million and are ready to buy that plane, the price of the airplane has gone up. We could have purchased it for $990,000 before, but now it is $9,900,000. The price has gone up by 10 times. We cannot afford it once again. We can never catch up because of our greed. We were going to be satisfied and retired as millionaires, but we end up continuing with the pursuit. We are never satisfied and never content. If you recite a Star Bodhisattva's name, recite a Star Sutra, bow and make offerings to a Star Bodhisattva, you will always enjoy more than enough clothing and food. When you want to buy an airplane, you will earn more than enough money for 2 airplanes. That is how wonderful this Dharma is. In that case, I will hurry up and recite a Star Bodhisattva. Recite a Star Bodhisattva in the hopes of buying 2 airplanes is greed. Large amounts of greed will not bring about results. All we can do is try our best while reciting. Do not care so much about whether there will be results. Some say, "Master, I feel I am tricked by what you say." Then what? Do not be tricked. Consequently, we must be content and be patient with what comes. Sixth, they will never succumb to epidemics. Recite a Star Bodhisattva's name and you will not contract any contagious diseases. Epidemics cannot touch you because there seems to be a border between you and the disease. I remember when I was in northeast China during a plague. A household of 11 had 13 deaths in 3 days. How can a household of 11 have 2 more deaths than the number in the family? In the family, 2 were bearers of gifts. 11 was not a large enough number, so more had to be added. Out of these two, one was a worker for the family and the other was a distant relative who came to visit. They were additions to the 11 that made the total number of dead 13. When I was there, I took 4 young disciples with me. We are going to go and rescue people. How? I told them, let us recite the Great Compassion Mantra to duel the plague spirit. We went to villages plagued and by this epidemic and circled the place 3 times, reciting the Great Compassion Mantra. When we finished reciting Great Compassion Mantra, the epidemic vanished. So reciting the Great Compassion Mantra is very effective and wonderful. 7th, they will escape calamities involving fire and water. Recite Ashtar's name. There will be no floods or fire, or they will not drown in water and not be burned by fire. They will naturally fall to shallow spots and reach the shore when they fall into the sea. They will naturally be rescued when fire is closing in on them. 8th, they will never be threatened by thieves. Why are you robbed and stolen from? It is because you unreasonably took other people's money for your own. You had lied in the past, so you robbed in this life. You have to pay your due. This is the reason why you are robbed and stolen from. All this is a result of cause and effect. There is nothing strange about it. If you really understand this, then you will see the cause and effect in any state and recognize this cyclic law. 9th, they will be respected by all who see them. Recite Quan Shin Bodhisattva and Ashtar Bodhisattva's names and pay respect to them. People will respect you and feel close to you. They feel as if they see relatives from long ago. They feel so close to you as if they have come home. This is like being doing overseas where you know who are. You know one. When you meet some old friends, you feel awkward. You do not know whether you're happy or sad, whether to smile or cry, or you to laugh or cry. You cry because you see someone dear to you. You laugh because you feel secure now. People respect you at the sight of you. No one criticizes you or mistreats you. Do not say, I know I'm a upasaka, you must respect me, or I am a Dharma master, bow to me when you see me. This is not about forcing others to respect you. The saying goes, musk will naturally smell nice. Why let the wind blow on it? If you were really virtuous, do not act like some medicinal patches salesperson. Oh, my medicinal patch is the best. Arthritis, rheumatism, numbness, just put on this pad and it will cure itself even if you do not put on the patch. Do not sell yourself, fearing that others will not know powerful Buddhist Dharma protector. I am a senior Dharma protector so and so temple. Also, I am the board of director of some charity organization. I am also the supporter of some place, etc., etc. One introduces oneself because one is afraid that other people will not know. Stop. That is presence and untrue. It is presence and untrue. Advertise and sell yourself, then blind individuals will not know and be swindled by you. But people with eyes will see right away, finding you're pathetic. 10th, they will be added by ghosts and spirits. They will be aided by ghosts and spirits. If you have a real merit, why publicize it for yourself? Ghosts, spirits, and Dharma protectors will help and support you. They will help you and resolve your difficulties from behind the scenes. No need to publicize the 10 advantages that all ghosts, good or bad, and all spirits, good and bad, will all help you. Evil spirits will also help you. Is this due to the power of Ashta Bodhisattva? It is by the power of Ashta Bodhisattva. All evil ghosts and spirits become Dharma protectors. If I recite a stalking Bodhisattva, will he tell people to come and scold me? No. Why? To tell you the truth, you are not up the level yet. You have not even finished studying. How can you pass the test? You pass when you graduate from college. Why test you if you just entered college and have not even graduated? Do not think that scolding is bad. Scolding are tests. If you can take it, you pass. If you pass, keep going toward and going forward and cultivate. Do you cultivate any more after you pass the test? Cultivate even more once you pass. If not, what is the use of passing the test? What is the use of studying to earn a PhD? It is the same idea. If you understand, you understand. If you do not understand, there's nothing I can do.